Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I finished a pendant recently, my first one, and it was a little bit dodgy, so I'm going to pair it with a dodgy bail that I made from some scrap silver from making this bezel setting. Overall, it's not too difficult. I just was looking at the scrap, and who am I kidding? I'm not going to be melting them down and forming my own sheets anytime soon. So instead, I had a look at it, and I saw a little bit of a bail in there. Because I was at the jewelry store and I was looking at bails, and I wasn't a huge fan of all these silver plated brass ones that you don't need to solder, so I'm just going to solder together one here, which is a little bit dangerous, but we're just going to saw it up with the beeswax as the lubricant. It's still my favourite one, doesn't make any mess, and it works really good in terms of smoothness of the cut, and it seems to linger a lot longer than some of the other options, so I think I'm going to stick with it. So we're just going to do a quick saw and not a snip, because this is 0.5mm thick. It's a little bit thick for the snipper and it will bend it and warp the edges really badly. And already, because I've worked on this piece a lot, it's gotten pretty tough, so I'm just going to assist the shaping of it with some round pliers. It's pretty easy to shape. I could just set it to the depth that I wanted and just get the nice curve, but you can see the edges are pretty wonky. The shape of it is pretty wonky, so the only way to fix that really is to grab the files. Now, I think as a beginner, I am relying way too much on files. There's a lot of things that I could do that I know can be done without files, but I just like to use the files. It's really slow. You're only making micro adjustments. Very similar to when you're carving opal. Compared to cabbing wheels, you're doing very little, gentle, delicate little changes. So you can't overshoot something and mess it up too bad. So in the end, we're just filing it up, getting it nice and clean everywhere the solder's got to go, and just making sure the faces are going to meet really well. You don't want any gaps. So we're just going to do that, and I'm just going to place it on there. Now again, closing this up, you can see how much I am pressing just to get it to close up. It is pretty stiff at this point. I've worked it a fair bit to get it to the right shape. So definitely what I could have done is annealed this one, but instead I've just used some flat pliers and they kind of just pinch the edges down onto each other really well. And I wanted not a circular bail anyway, I wanted it a little bit oval shape so that the pendant could sit at the bottom, but still get a lot of movement. You can see there I'm pushing so hard, and when I let go, it's going to spring back out. So you can see here, all I did was just pinch it with the flat nose pliers and just get them meeting. And then I realized two hands were not enough for what I wanted to do. So I've got the crosslock pliers mounted on a third hand mount, and I'm basically just going to position it so that I don't hit the stone with the torch, because that is a pink Australian opal. They don't handle heat too well. And because it's dangling, the contact point with the bail and the jump ring is pretty minimal. So I'm using the tiny little torch, getting some easy solder, getting the flux on it. And we're just going to sit the solder right on the joint, but you'll see my first attempt is absolutely awful, because here we go, I'm blowing the blowtorch on it, trying to avoid the stone below, and if you just saw that, the pallium just slid all the way to the side because of the direction of the flame. So instead, I just realign everything, put it back on place. It hadn't melted yet, and I heat it up. You can see the flux is active, it's all cooking, pretty crispy. This time the pallium doesn't move too much. When I get the temperature right, it'll just ball up. You'll see it jump. So right there, it's a nice little ball. And then when I dance the flame over it, it actually hardens and sticks to the surface where you don't want it. So I'm using the titanium pick and I'm trying to slide it over, and guess what? It runs away. And instead of going into the crack, it's just coated the edge, but don't worry, I hit it with a second attempt. But you can see here, the first attempt is kind of just spread all over the metal. The second attempt actually got in there, and it was nice and strong. So basically just have to file it, but I'm just going to Dremel it with the sandpaper burr because I'm lazy and I have a Dremel. And there you go, done. No desoldering. I was really worried about the jump ring coming off. That was also done with easy solder, and it doesn't look like the best attachment ever, let alone how crooked it is. So I was quite pleased that I managed to not overheat the stone or the previous setting, because otherwise the pendant would have just dislodged and I would have just been left with a jump ring on a bail. So it actually worked out quite well. Pickling it was a little bit difficult. I just had to hold the stone and just dip the bail into the pickle. Not ideal, but just had to get it all right. Got the shape nice and right. I am overall pretty happy with it, and it accompanies a pretty dodgy pendant, which is absolutely perfect. Catch you later, guys. I gotta keep practicing.